All right, again, I don't have an idea. I'll just start with. Sorry, I should start off by saying good evening. I don't have an idea in particular, but well, why don't I start with this? Well, the reason that you might be wondering is why I do these videos, or why I'm doing them for the time being. I've said I'm not gonna. This is not something in particular, that I'm planning on doing long term. I thought I might do it up until the summer or something, when the summer starts or whatnot. If people really wanted me to keep doing them, I obviously I would, but I definitely probably wouldn't be able to do as many as I'm doing now. The second reason which benefits me while I'm doing these videos is because it helps me feel like I'm kind of improving my public speaking skills. Yeah, I know I'm not on a podium or anything, but these do get posted online and everybody sees them. So it technically is public speaking, and you technically are talking to the general audience. Although some of my videos, I will check the box which says not for children if I feel like there's profanity or mature subject matter. Not to continue on, I wanted to just trying to think. I want to talk about. Oh, I got something. I got something to talk about. I have something to talk about. Now, you see, I'm going to try to keep this simple, basic, and I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. I think that's better. I like doing shorter videos. Now, when you have any kind of organization, right? And I'm going to be a little bit specific on this point and say that whenever you have, for example, a government organization, I'm not talking about charities and not-for-profits or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about any kind of government organization, which is like, for example, and I'm not saying as direct as, let's say, the parliament or the Senate or whatever. I'm not talking about, I am talking about that, but not that close and specific. I'm talking about, for example, a government run gym. I don't know if they have those in the States, but they have them in they have them around here in Toronto, and the greater area, they have a lot of them. They're basically community centers that sometimes have multiple things. They may have a library, they may have a gym inside, a swimming pool. There's many, by the way. I know, for example, that in one city I've been to two like that. But I know of more. I just went to those two because they were closer by, and I went there since I was like a little kid, up until the time I was an adult. Now, back to my point. So it is a government organization, and people who work for the government. Now, I'll be honest with you, and this is gonna sound very funny. And I'm gonna just get there right. Let's talk about the police force. Okay, let's talk about the police force. And by the way, I do want to applaud our police force. Lately, they've been doing an extremely good job. There's been a lot of issues going on in Toronto with the Ukraine war, with protests, everything going on, and the police has done a very good job. That's it. They do a very good job. That's true. I'm not criticizing them in any way. This is not a criticism or a negative talk or anything like that about the police force. And I'm not singling out this city or that. I'm just talking about the general police force. Now, what I want to explain is that in the police force, when you start with the police, typically, now there's people do different things, right? There's police who specifically transfer inmates from prison to jail, or from jail to back to court and back and forth, right? That's their job. They pretty much just drive the van, unload guys, uncuff them, put them in cells, leave, get them back in, cuff them, take them back. You have, and that's one thing, but let's just talk about something more relevant. As a field police officer, when you begin, you start from the bottom, right? And I'll tell you, typically it may take, the police force is very competitive. They are very bright people, physically very capable, mentally smart. And typically it takes a lot of time to move up. If you're looking at becoming a senior or supervising officer, it could take about 10 to 15 years. That's really how long it takes. If you started working as a police officer at a young age, even let's say 26, you may be 40 years old before you are a supervising officer. Okay, so imagine becoming a detective or somebody at an even higher position. Okay, I will tell you that some people do consider that when you're talking about the elite level of police forces, you are talking about elite military forces. You are talking about sometimes some of the SWAT police. Now, I may be wrong, but as far as I understand, the lowest of an elite officer, an elite security staff, or police staff, sorry, the lowest of the elite, and I definitely could be wrong, but as far as I understand, the lowest of the elite starts off at detective. So if you're a detective, you are at the bottom of the elite police force. Now, if I were, for example, by the way, there's no hocus pocus bullshit that goes on in this world. I know there are people who claim to be master wizards and things like that. There's no hocus pocus bullshit. You have to have substance behind everything you do. Hype and substance, right? I talked about that before. Now, when you're talking about elite policing, you are talking about the military. You are talking about the top of the military, the top of the RCMP, the top of your local police force. And it's considered that the lowest level of the elite security force is detective. Okay, within the police force, like within your local police force, the lowest level is detective, and they even have some people in SWAT. They've got people in elite parts of the military and whatnot. Did I have contacts? 100% I did. Do you know that when I got arrested for the bank robbery charge, when they put me in the police station, when they put me in the cell, I literally told them, and I yelled it out, I said, I need you guys to bring that van that's gonna take us to not to court, to the jail. I need you guys to come as early as possible today. 5:30 a.m. they showed up, and before they came in front of us, they casually said out loud, they said, why the hell did I, like, to the not quote unquote, but to the sound of, why the hell did we get called in so early to do this shit? What the hell is up with this bullshit? There's a lot of jealousy in the police force. If you are young, I was 24 when I robbed a bank. If you're a 24 years old, young, good looking guy, who is not directly related to anybody in the police or in the white race, like in kind of a government judge kind of position, they will hate the fuck out of you. Okay, the most jealous officers are the youngest ones. Not the youngest, the lowest level, are like constables. They will be the biggest jealous assholes in the world. They will fuck with you without fucking with you to your face. Anyways, it took me there. When I was in I'll be honest, I was in GP, by the way. I was in general population. I was never in protective custody. When I went to GP, I'll tell you honestly, I used to tell them, the COs, in front of everyone, I used to say, hey, look, I can go around them when they came to lock us out. I said, hey, listen, man, I want to stay in my cell and just lay there and sleep, okay? So don't fucking call us out for that. I would say, I'm looking to sleep, and they would say, we're not letting you guys out for your second time today. And that happened at least 6 or 7 times. I did stop doing that, but that happened. All right. And that was real. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But if I had enough substance, because I told this before that I actually wanted to go, before I robbed that bank, I wanted to join Blackwater, which is an American security agency that deals with like actual like rifles. They train you just like a military soldier. You wear black, you wear an all black uniform, and you get sent to countries where they need security. You could be working security in Iraq. Okay. You could be working security for anybody, but it's an elite security force. And I was trying to I thought, okay, let me try to get that first security guard, whatever, start from get into Blackwater, right? But things got really fucked up. I was like, you know what, dude, I'm just gonna rob the bank because I already know people in there and I already have connect. Again, I could be bullshitting or telling the truth. You decide. It's one or the other. Either I'm bullshitting you or I'm actually telling you facts and the truth. I did have contacts. And that's how I was able to do that stuff. And I had active contacts. That's how I was able to get all that stuff done. Now, from my understanding, when I robbed the bank, I thought I was only supposed to get 3 months in jail, 3 to 6 months, or 3 to 9 months maximum, and I would be let out. And I would be done my sentence. That's what I was under the impression of, but that was not the case. Now, I want to clarify something. When you work with the police as an undercover, and I was not, that is a different situation. If you are working as an undercover with the police and you don't do exactly what they want you to do, and you're not like, you don't have like direct family ties in the police, you will get fucked over down the road. I 100% guarantee you. You could be the smartest snake in the world, and I guarantee you they will fuck you over. There are guys who have gotten fucked over who are doing bank robberies, and they actually had contacts. Check out the ARA. It was a white supremacist group in the States that used to rob banks regularly with IEDs and like very sophisticated stuff. They didn't get caught for like 20 bank robberies, okay? And it was like 3 or 4 guys running it together. One of them really fucked up and fucked up really bad. Broke all his ties and he got fucked up really bad. There's a documentary of it on History Channel, okay? But I want to clear something up. I was never under the police. I was never part of the police force. I was never part of them, and I was never under them. I don't know who certain made up names are. I was never under them. People think that, people might say that, oh, he was with the staff and he was with the police. I was never under them. I had literally 4 to 5 contacts in and at the highest fucking level, to the point that I was actually respected. Not respected like you would respect an old man, respected for how fucking bright I was. And I was able to work that in. Okay. I want to clear that up. I'm not going to call the police and say, hey, I need you to do this. I got some information for you. I never made any deals. I never snitched. I never snitched once in my life. Not once in jail. Not ever with anything. I've never snitched. Why? Because I wasn't working for them. I was working with contacts I had in the highest level, okay? They tried to fuck me over, try to get information on me, give us information, who do you know in the police, blah, blah, blah. They were always coming at me with bullshit, and I never gave them any names, I never gave them any information, I never gave them jack fucking diddly squat. I don't know who Kirsten Gialia is. I don't know any of that bullshit, all right? I was informed by somebody that I knew, not in a police level, but at some level, I had a contact who literally gave me a number and he said, you know what? You have a badge number with the police. They've created a badge number for you, though you don't know about it, okay? And it was 4799. I don't know if that's a badge. I think a badge number is longer than that. I don't know what that number was. It was 4799, okay? Now, it was never given to me, so they may have just been doing whatever. I don't fucking care, okay? Because it doesn't mean shit. I had contacts at the highest level, and that's kind of what made me a little bit, anyway, we're not going to get into that, but I had some contacts. And you can either say he's bullshitting because he just wants people to think he's super amazing, which he's not. He's full of shit. He's a fucking bank robbing hobo. Go ahead and say that. I don't care. But I will tell you this, I have a very good reputation with telling the truth. People wonder how can a young guy have that, because I told the truth a lot since I was a little kid. I got teachers and people all throughout my life who attest to that. And it's all over the world. You know, people spread and you can't attack single ones. I'm going to start the next video.